Hi everyone, this is Samana Sheikh reporting for Civic Center TV. Right now we're broadcasting from Keego Harbor from the Magnolia by the Lakes ribbon cutting ceremony.
Good evening everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming. My name is Stefan Bagnee. It's my pleasure to be Dr. Bagnee's son, and we're going to start with Lana Caddy is going to sing the national anthem. So if everybody could please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watch are so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much, Lana. That was beautiful. Next we have Father David Bursmeyer from St. Regis Catholic Parish, who is going to give a blessing.
Thank you, Stefan. Nothing like this comes together except through a lot of hard work and vision, a lot of different people, but in the end, we really believe that something like this can be a real gift to the community, therefore a real grace to the community. So let's ask for God's blessing upon not just this event here, but upon Magnolia and all that will take place, all those who will be serving the people here, all the residents. Let's just let it be placed in God's care in such a way that we have a real trust. This can be a place of grace, a place of giftedness, a place of goodness. In the Matthew's Gospel of Jesus, we read where he says that Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, they will inherit the land. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, they will be shown mercy. Blessed the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed even are they who are persecuted for the sake of doing what is right. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And so it's a vision that says that how we judge something isn't based on status or income or ethnicity or gender or religion or any other type of way we might judge. It's based on how we trust that God is at work in everybody, especially those most in need. And so we pray. Dear God, this is a place that can open its doors in such a way that people can find hospitality here. They can find dignity of life here. They can find people who have a vision for the care of the whole person here. They can find friendship and extended family here. We ask your blessing upon the Bagnee family, especially Dr. Bagnee, who had this vision and has seen that it comes to fruition. We ask your blessing upon all the workers who will be the instrument of allowing this to be a place of care and goodness. We ask your blessing upon all who enter here. May they experience it as a place of peace, a place of comfort, a place of trust, a place of beauty, so that in the midst of sometimes difficult lives, lives that are stretching toward that ending of life, the elderly part of life, they can find great comfort and hope here. They can find themselves able to reflect on all the blessings that they are to others and that they have received in their life. And we ask this blessing in your name, O God, for all who are here now, all who will visit here, all who will live here. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you very much, Father David. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Bagnee, my mother. As I mentioned, my name's Stefan Bagnee. I'm actually an attorney with Clark Hill who has done a very small amount to help with this project. And I just want to introduce her professional qualifications, all of which have emphasized three things. First, emphasize the need for education. Second, emphasizing hard work and effort. And third, emphasizing care for others. Dr. Bagnee, my mom, received her bachelor's degree in physics and mathematics from Michigan State University and her master and doctorate degrees in nuclear physics from the University of Pennsylvania. While she was practicing as a nuclear physicist, she went back to law school at Wayne State University. She has two lawyer sons, and she actually managed to score higher academic achievements while working full-time than either of us managed to do as full-time students. She was a full professor at Medical College of Ohio. Prior to that, she had been at Dartmouth College, Duke University, Wayne State University Medical School. She was the only person in the United States to receive the Radiological Sciences residency from the National Institute of Health. She left the hospital setting to found what became the largest freestanding collaboration of cancer treatment facilities in the country, and continued her emphasis on caring for people, in particular the elderly people who were the most frequent patients at that facility. And those facilities were renowned for going beyond simply providing the medical health care that was needed for the people, but creating a family environment that that was a part of a holistic process to treat those people. And I don't say that just as an observer or a son. I say that from having had people that I cared about who were treated there and raved about how they were treated, not just as patients, but as people. Dr. Bagnee sold those facilities to a publicly traded company and cast about looking for another endeavor, built the building, the original building across the street from which she operated a medical billing system that serviced physicians, and then she decided to focus in on the Magnolia vision, constructed both of these buildings, and really views it as not attempting to, but creating the gold standard of senior living, and this project reflects her lifelong dedication to helping people, helping seniors, and it's with great pride and pleasure that I get to say these remarks for her. And next, I'd like to introduce my brother, Alex.
It's my honor to discuss the family aspects of my mother, Dr. Bagnee, and our host. And what I want to do is tie them into why I think Magnolia by the Lakes is going to be a tremendous success. To have a successful retirement community, especially one as special as Magnolia by the Lakes, you need to be intelligent. As my brother said, my mother is both an attorney, she has a PhD in nuclear physics. I remember as a kid visiting her office, she had a picture of all her PhD colleagues, and she was the only female on there out of the 100 graduates. That also goes to her I can do anything attitude. You have to have an eye for detail, and you have to know what having fun is all about. And I think you'll find that today when you tour the facilities and see how beautiful it is, when you taste the food, when you see the fireworks show, you're going to get a good sense of what this place is all about. I think the most important thing that will make Magnolia by the Lake successful is her compassion, her caring. I see that as her son. I see it on how she treats her grandchildren. I see it how she treats others. She's a mother, she's a grandmother, and I've seen it through the decades of care that she has provided cancer patients. Magnolia by the Lakes is a very special place. I hope you greatly enjoy the food, the festivities, and everything that it has to offer. Mom, I'm proud of you. I'd now like to introduce our family. Kids. And now I'd like to introduce the founder of Magnolia by the Lakes, the president and CEO, and my mother, Dr. Faraday Bagnee.
You can go. What is Magnolia by the Lakes? Is it merely a beautiful senior resort with spectacular views of the sunset over Cass Lake, a meticulously designed campus with old world charm, a series of elegantly appointed townhomes, a place to enjoy five-star dining service, a resort managed by kind, caring, and competent staff? Oh no. Magnolia is countlessly more. Magnolia is a living, loving, and evolving entity. It is the center of our family. It is the center of our Magnolia family. It brings us together and brings out the best in each one of us. Magnolia is a source of countless pride, unending joy, and harmony for us all. 10 years ago, Magnolia by the Lakes was merely an idea, a dream, a far-reaching vision, but those who saw that vision believed in it. And that belief, that trust, inspired hundreds of individuals to meticulously, resolutely, and steadfastly devote their creativity, knowledge, and ingenuity to build our beautiful Magnolia by the Lakes. Never in my life have I witnessed so many professionals, tradesmen, and even visitors contribute so much to a project. The commitment, expertise, and professionalism provided by each person who has come in contact with Magnolia is not only admirable, but is astounding. Much is owed to the architects who designed Magnolia by the Lakes, Mr. John Vitale and Mike Blenek of Stuckey Vitale Architects, and Mr. Scott Catello, Randy Farabota, and Anthony Ricchetti of Knorr Architectural Firm. Similarly, much is owed to Mr. Steve Brown and his colleagues, Mr. Mike Z of Brown Construction Company, who constructed our beautiful Magnolia. We thank the West Bloomfield Fire Department who ensured the safety of Magnolia. The city inspector, Mr. Curtis Stowe, who on a daily basis checked the site for code compliance. The carpenters who patiently took a 150-year-old fireplace mantle and restored it to its original glory. The construction superintendent, Mr. Chad Prophet, who ingeniously incorporated a series of 200-year-old stained glass windows into our romantic atrium wall. The artists and painters who created Magnolia murals, painting only at night so that they could solely concentrate on their art. And we thank the Oakland County Road Commission for allowing us to construct the only privately used covered bridge over a major road. No, Magnolia is not just a 5-star senior resort. It's an everlasting home, gently watching over us, and a beacon of hope for all those who have given so much of themselves to create it. So, our dear guests, on behalf of Magnolia by the Lakes, I invite you to join our Magnolia family, for you are one of us. With that, I say to all of our cherished guests, bienvenue, hartelijk willkommen, benvenuto, خوش آمدید, vitami, marhaba, and welcome. Thank you. Can you give me some water? At this time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, the Honorable L. Brooks Patterson, the Oakland County Executive, the boss of us.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thrill to be back. Where I was on the other side when we dedicated the north side, and now this beautiful edifice graces Keego and also the Cass Lake, and it's just it's going to become, I'm sure, one of the best known places, one of the destinations here in Oakland County. So I'm looking forward to it getting mature and filling up and see the contributions. So again, Doctor, congratulations to you. This is I'm sure, a dream come true for you as you stand here just outside Magnolia. I was here in September 2013 when we broke ground on this $48 million vision for a luxury retirement community here in Keego Harbor. Not a single building was here at that time. These are all fields. Today we are celebrating Magnolia South and across the street from where it all began. Thank you for making such a significant investment here in Oakland County. You could have built this any place, I suppose, in the country, but you chose Michigan and you chose Oakland County, for which I'm very, very delighted. I'd also like to acknowledge the other officials joining me here tonight who will be speaking. I don't see Mike Gingell. Did Mike make it? No. Okay. I'll take his time. Eric Wilson, I see Eric back there. He's the chairman of the Road Commission for Oakland County. And Sid Rubin, the mayor, I see him back here. The mayor of Keego Harbor, who played an instrumental role in promoting this project. Since we're celebrating good news tonight, Dr. Bagnee wanted me to tell you a little bit about the county. Some of you may not know some of the stats I'm going to give you. We're in the 8th year of an economic recovery since what we call the Great Recession, and it hit us hard. We bankrupted 2 of our major corporations. It was a very tough year. The 09, just in 09 alone, Oakland County lost 63,000 jobs. Throughout the whole recession, from the low point in the summer of 2009 back up to 2000, we lost 163,000 jobs. 163,000. Many of those losses were in the auto industry because of the decline and the implosion of General Motors and Chrysler. From the summer of 2009 to the summer of 2016, we gained back 121,000 of those jobs. The University of Michigan economists have forecasted that from the summer of 2016 to the end of 2019, Oakland County will gain an additional 46,000 jobs, bringing our recovery total to over 167,000. It's going to take us 10 years to go back and reclaim our level of employment that we enjoyed back in 2000. Some call that decade the lost decade, and we did. We bled out to over 163,000 jobs, but we will have recovered more than that by the year 2019. The best part of the news about the jobs we've gained is that they're in the high wage category, which is by design, by recruiting. We're gaining 21st century jobs and within the knowledge-based economy. Now you'll be reading about that. Knowledge-based economy is where I think we should position Oakland County because those are the best jobs. Back in 2004, my administration made a deliberate decision to diversify our economy by pursuing companies in the high-tech industries to invest in Oakland County. We call that program emerging sectors. These are the emerging jobs for the 21st century. Our economic development team pursues businesses in the top 10 sectors of the 21st century. Let me tell you how we've done so far. Since inception, we've had more than 460 successes. By that I mean got out and brought a company in here, recruited them, for a total private investment that exceeds $4.5 billion. And that's more than some states. So this area is booming, and this addition today is evidence of the kind of quality investments we're creating. The investment has resulted in about 46,000 new jobs and 31,000 retained. The largest sector is where we are today, healthcare, which we call Medical Main Street. We have over 110,000 of our residents employed in that industry. And our second largest and fastest growing sector is IT, information technology, which we call Tech 248. We've got 150 successes so far in bringing those kinds of companies in, and $810 million was invested, 13,000 jobs were created. In 2016, Oakland County's workforce was over 722,000. That's just a workforce. 238,000 of those jobs are in the high wage category. Oakland County labor force is expected to grow to 767,000 by 2019, with 254,000 in the high wage category. Now we're abuzz with economic development right here. That's evidence of what's happening. To put it in perspective, out of 83 counties in Michigan, Oakland County currently provides 30% of the job growth in the entire state. So we're carrying the weight for them. Before I conclude my remarks, since Magnolia by the Lakes is about living in a quality life that is second to none, I'd like to say something about the quality of life for seniors here in Oakland County. Within a generation, as the baby boomers continue to retire, the senior population in Oakland County is expected to double. That means about 1 in every 4 residents in Oakland County will be seniors by the year 2030. That's why the timing on this is so important, Doctor. I can see it coming. They said that the percentage of seniors in Oakland County, percentage now, they're not raw numbers, will be greater senior population in the state of Florida, which everybody knows. That's where elephants go to die. So it's not we're going to have our share, and we're going to have places like Magnolia available for their quality life and care. So again, Doctor, congratulations, and I wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patterson. At this time, I would like to introduce the Honorable Mayor Sidney Rubin, the Mayor of City of Keego Harbor.
Thank you very much. You know, as part of the mayor's duties for a city like ours is to welcome all of you to Keego Harbor. And thank you, Dr. Bagnee, and Stefan and Alexander and the entire Bagnee family for investing in Keego Harbor. Magnolia is a world-class, elegantly decorated and furnished Lakeview apartment village. You will be shocked when you walk through and see what Dr. Bagnee and her team has done. Magnolia is truly the gold standard of senior living for independent assistant and respite care. Before I get going on my 2-hour speech, I'm only kidding, I'd like to introduce our city council. Our city council members, could you come up, please? I don't take no for an answer. They're giving out $1,000 bills for each member. Okay. I just want you to know our city council worked very hard and diligently, long hours, to help make this thing happen. I have to tell a story about how I first met Dr. Bagnee and what transpired. I got a phone call from Dr. Bagnee. She asked if she could meet with me. She had this vision of building. I couldn't comprehend it, but she had the vision. And by the way, there's no truth to the fact that I was her professor while she got all those degrees. So anyway, I met Dr. Bagnee, and she described what she wanted to build. I couldn't comprehend the whole thing. But I also ran through my mind that this would be fantastic for Keego Harbor and Oakland County. My biggest challenge was respecting her wish by not telling anybody for a year what she was doing. And I honored that. And we kept it a secret while she accumulated property and designed plans. I explained to Dr. Bagnee, a project of this nature becomes public information at the time you deliver your plans to the city. Boy, I felt like a lot of weight came off my shoulders. Imagine the look on the clerk's face when Dr. Bagnee came in and dropped the plans off at the city and said, I'm building this and I need my approvals within 37 days. And by the way, there's a bridge connecting both buildings. Well, as most of you know, nothing happens in 37 days. I think the clerk said, I don't even live in the city, I tried to get my window replaced, and it took 4 days just to get a permit. So the point that I'm bringing out, and Dr. Bagnee told the clerk, that may be possible, but your mayor said it can be done. Sounds just like our mayor. After that, a mutual trust between the county, the road commission, the DEQ, the DTE, Consumers Energy, Water Resource Commission, the West Bloomfield Fire Department, the Planning Commission, code enforcement officers, and the City Council commitment to meet more often, many, many nights, to make sure that we could deliver this in 37 days. I think it took a few days longer, but not many days longer. I found Dr. Bagnee to be an extraordinary person with an extraordinary vision. Everything she does is first class. Her vision to get people out of their rooms, and this is her telling me, walk and exercise. She doesn't want people being cabin fever. It's something that's not in her vocabulary, and the good doctor encourages it. This is above the ordinary resort living complex and a great addition to Keego Harbor. The business surrounding areas are starting to benefit from this state-of-the-art, beautiful lakeside addition to our community. We are grateful to you, Dr. Bagnee, and the entire Bagnee family. This magnificent facility is crucial to the city's marketing and rebranding efforts. It's an unprecedented opportunity to advance several long-term financial benefits to Keego Harbor. Thanks to all of you and to all of the non-residents who came here. I hope you enjoy your visit to Keego Harbor. I'm often asked, where is Keego Harbor? How many miles away from Harbor Springs is it? And the one underneath it. So in answer to the question about where is Keego Harbor and how many miles away, I looked for the color of the shirt that Dr. Bagnee told me to buy in order to speak. And the only thing I could find was this. It's the capital of West Bloomfield. So, Dr. Bagnee, on behalf of the City Council who failed to come up here, I want to represent their feelings and appreciation to you. This is a proclamation from the City of Keego Harbor. I'm going to skip a lot of the whereases. Magnolia is a lakes-provided care for senior citizens, comfort to terminally ill patients and their families. And Magnolia is the lakes has grown to an organization of volunteers and staff members which helps the community honor its commitment to provide for the health care needs of its citizens. The City of Keego Harbor has benefited from Magnolia by the Lakes due to the change in the main thoroughfare and the growth of our city. Now therefore, as mayor of the City of Keego Harbor, we desire to publicly recognize and show our appreciation to Dr. Bagnee for the great impact that you have made in our community, not only for the past years, but for many years to come. Dr. Bagnee, thank you very much. And I have one more thing to say, and I'm through. As you leave, if you notice a parking ticket on your car, don't worry about it. We do take credit cards. I also would like to acknowledge our police chief, who has worked with Dr. Bagnee in helping to arrange traffic flow while it was under construction and also during our events. Thank you again.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
One page is out.
Yep.
This one. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Really appreciate your kind comments. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Tom Berman, Oakland County Commissioner for this district.
So I was expecting Sid to give a 2-hour speech, so I wanted to keep mine short. If you guys have ever watched Sid, I'm shocked how fast that went. So it is a privilege to be here tonight on behalf of the board of the Oakland County Commissioners to recognize such a transformative and magnificent development right here in the heart of Keego Harbor. I'm proud to stand here today feeling like I had at least a small part in helping Dr. Bagnee's dream become a reality. It was not too long ago that I was on the Planning Commission when Sid ultimately came to us and said, we have 37 days to get this through. And sure enough, we all worked really hard and we worked really long, and I think it ultimately ended up taking 55 days. And in Oakland County, we have a program called the One Stop Shop Ready program. And Keego Harbor, without graduating from that class, which we ultimately ended up doing, we're the model for that one-stop shop program. We believe in customer experience, and we believe in working with business owners, residents, and allowing their dreams to come to fruition. And if you guys know Dr. Bagnee, which I'm sure you do, she can be very persuasive and persistent. And she makes offers that we cannot refuse. And this is a shining beacon of an incredible development that will ultimately be, I believe, the catalyst for future economic development in Keego Harbor for years to come. I don't want to take focus away from Dr. Bagnee and Magnolia today, but I do believe that we owe a special acknowledgement to Mayor Sid Rubin. He was instrumental on the city side, being the biggest proponent of seeing this project through and helping Dr. Bagnee get us to where we are today. So I just want to say thank you, Sid. There's not a development like this, not only in Keego Harbor, but in Oakland County. This is a first-class development. I believe in a first-class city, and this is setting the bar now and will be the standard for future years to come. So I want to keep it short. You know, politicians like to, when they're on the mic, they like to speak. Fortunately, I'm only a part-time public servant, so I'm going to spare you details of reading this proclamation, but on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, it's our honor to recognize Magnolia by the Lakes and Dr. Bagnee. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. The last greeting will come from Mr. Eric Wilson, the chairman of Oakland County Road Commission, and I would like to in particular thank him for allowing us this bridge. Without the bridge, Magnolia by the Lakes would not have been what it is now. So, Mr. Wilson.
You know, when I got here tonight, I saw Brooks, and I looked at this great facility, and I saw the good doctor. I said, Brooks, I said, I think the good doctor's kind of eyeballing us up to put us in here tonight, Brooks. Don't know, but it looks like a great place. This establishment is inspiring, innovative, and interesting, and ingenious. It's inspiring because it took somebody with vision to step out and do it. A lot of work, as we've heard from the mayor, from our county commissioner. Innovative. There's not another one like it. Am I right? There's not another one like it. Interesting because the people here will always be motivated to do things, to get out, and I think the good doctor talked about when they're here, they're not just going to be walled up, they're going to get out and do things. So this is the kind of projects that go on in Oakland County. The Road Commission sees an opportunity, And I believe last time I was here about 10 years ago, Sid and I were on the bridge. We cut a ribbon down here. I don't know if he remembers that or not, but we did. And I like to think that bridge was the basis for this bridge to start things in Keego Harbor. That new bridge down there, traffic was flowing, it needed a new bridge, and the doctor recognized it, had that inspiring vision to take that and do something with it. I've had a chance to take a walk on the bridge, jumped up and down. Didn't fall down, didn't fall down. The first thing I always do when we dedicate bridges, you'll see Commissioner Wilson jumping up and down. Is this thing good? You never know. But I want to thank the doctor for inviting us. I want to thank the mayor and the city council and everybody that took the effort to put this project together. It's great for Oakland County. It's great for the state of Michigan. And once again, we at the Road Commission appreciate the opportunity to stay involved in it. Thank you.
You might be surprised to hear that in courtrooms there's oftentimes some untruths told, and the most common untruth is when an attorney says, "Your Honor, I'll be brief." But I do want to be very brief and acknowledge a few more of my thanks as having worked on this project. We'll start with Mr. Wilson. He may not know this, but a lot of the land that is under this project we had to buy back from you from when you did the road change. And I'm hoping that I will not be at the bridge dedication when you do your jump up and down test and it doesn't work. Thanks to everybody from the county, because there was a lot of work that needed to be done to coordinate this project. In particular, thanks to the city. When the comments about the 37 days, I have told judges, land use attorneys, developers that we were able to get a PUD agreement done from first planning commission meeting to signed document in, I think, 55 days. People are absolutely shocked. Of course, I didn't tell anybody that until we bought all the land that we needed here in Keego Harbor for the project. And so with that, I would like to invite Myra from Brenda Lawrence's office, who also has a proclamation.
Good evening, everyone. I want to first thank Dr. Bagnee and the Bagnee family for allowing our office to surprise you today and interrupt the celebration and program. I actually will keep this brief. But first I want to say it is definitely an honor and privilege on behalf of Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence, who is the U.S. House District Representative of the 14th Congressional District, that unfortunately cannot be here today, but would definitely enjoy to be able to celebrate with you on this momentous occasion. And so it is my honor to present to you today a special tribute celebrating the opening of Magnolia South Independent Resort. And if the Congresswoman here was here today, she would read, "In special tribute, I, Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence, do hereby celebrate the opening of Magnolia South Independent Resort at Magnolia by the Lake Senior Community and commend President and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Bagnee for her vision and continued accomplishments." Again, congratulations, Dr. Bagnee.
Thank you so much. Well, at this time, we can really start our gala by first having a ribbon cutting ceremony and then going inside. Hopefully, everybody is hungry because our chefs, Chef Brian and Chef James, have cooked so much food that you can eat all night and still there will be more than half left over. And then after that, we are all coming back, having cake cutting ceremony, and then we are going to go and see the spectacular fireworks on Cass Lake. So with that, let's go and cut the ribbon. Okay, why don't you just We all have. Come on, everybody, on this side to Alex Okay.
Sneak in. Everyone look this way, folks. Everyone look this way, big smile. That's it. Good. Perfection. Okay, go ahead, do your thing.
Got it?
There we go. You got it. You got it.
They should have spaced out where it's in.
Yeah. Come on in, folks. We're open.